Good evening.
Good evening. We can hear you loud and clear.
All right, that's good. I'm just doing a mic test. So the time is currently 3:59. So in less than a minute, we're going to be starting the program.
Noted, sir.
All right. So the time is 4 o'clock on the dot. So good evening, house, once again. It is my honor to welcome you all to this spectacular CV workshop. This CV workshop is presented by the Society of Petroleum Engineers, Warri Section 104. I'll be your moderator. My name is Wisdom Lawrence, and I am an occupational health and safety professional. So please, I want you guys to stay with me as the program unfolds. So as this workshop unfolds, we are going to learn how to write and also how to design an industry standard CV/resume. And also we have our resource persons in the house. They're also going to help us to know what human resource professionals actually check out for in a CV. They're also going to be helping us on that. And lastly, they're also going to help us see how the ATS, which is the automated tracking system, is currently being used in job applications. So two things we are going to be doing today. They're going to teach us how to write, and they're also going to teach us how to design. So if I were you, I'm going to get my pen and my paper so that I can take down useful gems that is going to help me in my career development. So please, can you go to the next slide? We need to welcome on board our section chair in person of Dr. Oluwaseun Adetuna. If he's in the house, we welcome you to the board. Can you help me with the next slide, please? Yes, so welcome Dr. Adetuna Oluwaseun, the section chair. Also, we want to welcome our programs chair, Engineer Elvis Duruji. Also, our YP chair as well, Lucky MMA. You're welcome to the program. And our co-YP chair, Peter Ogeneyore Nelson. Welcome you all to the program. The next slide, of course, you can see that's our moderator in his distinguished traditional attire. So you guys should stay with me. Next slide, please. Yes, so this is the order of our program, and we are going to try to keep up with the timeline. So please, let's try and be fast and be tact with the use of our time. So for us to kickstart, we would like to move on to the next slide as I invite YP Macaulay Ogene Roe, who is a YP from SP Warri session. She's going to take us with the safety brief in the next 3 minutes or less. We are with you, Macaulay.
Good evening, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes,
Loud
we can
and
hear
clear.
you.
Okay, thank you so much, Lawrence. Macaulay Ogenebure, and I will take you through the safety brief. As you know, this is a virtual event, so we are not expecting any drip, but just in case, ensure to mute your mic when not speaking. And those using their headset or headphone, ensure you can still hear the alarm. Raise up your hands to speak, and use the chat button in time of question and answer. See for comments and keep questions. Maintain a good sitting posture in order to avoid back pain, and be alert and be aware of your environment and ensure to stay safe. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Macaulay. Thank you very much. So let's remember to stay safe. Next is our opening remark, and to do that is our immediate past YP chair from the SP Warri session, and that is Ebifaga Bebenirebo. The floor is yours, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
All right. So yeah, thanks, Wisdom. Great one. Thanks, Macaulay, for that outstanding safety moment. I'm delighted to be here. This will be my first official program to speak in the sections event after handing over the baton to my present YP shares as Lucky and Nelson. It's amazing to work with the team. You guys have been so outstanding, and I'm very even impressed to see new people, new IPs, very vibrant coming up, to taking roles, and volunteering actively for the session. Just not too long ago, maybe earlier this month, we handed over the baton. Many of us know me that have been actually passionate about graduate jobs, right? Most of the persons follow me on LinkedIn, right? And I'm very passionate about the fact that people should be adding value to themselves and also getting that opportunity to be able to drive the change that they seek, right? And one good thing that makes you outstanding in everything you do is the CV. That's the curriculum vitae. It's so outstanding that I usually say something very like a cliche. If you're not informed, you're deformed. Most times, many of us, you do something out of sincerity, but you can be sincere and be sincerely wrong, right? So there's a need to stay informed. Yeah. There is no ignorance is not an excuse. So programs like this are really very vital to take advantage of information, especially from people that have gone far ahead, right? So I want to really enjoin all participants. Please share this event to your friends. If you really love somebody, you can even make a call and say, this program is for you. One good thing about CV is that it might not get you the job, but it might get you to the interview, right? So for you to now make that impression is how you can go, because you cannot get the job without the interview most times, especially if you are not, within the highlights that can just recommend you for a job, right? So if you want to go in through the merit, most times the process has to be followed. So especially we ourselves that know the background where you come from, there's a need to tighten all angles, right? And this is where you have to stay very informed. I don't want to waste any further time. The application tracking system will also be discussed, which is something that allows you to know how you can stay relevant in the pool of applications. So it's my earnest desire. We have had some records we had within the last board year, over 11 persons that got jobs in several places, even myself and some YPs that did interview, CV reviews, for some of our outstanding persons here today, that we will even double, triple those numbers. And I believe this program it came at the right time. It came especially when several interviews, several job openings are out. So please just take your jotters, pen down every details that will be said today, because it's going to be an amazing one. We know SP Worry has been delivering value right from time, and this is another way to add value to yourself. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the invite. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ebifaga Benimibo. I like to call that an opening lecture. It was so full of important information. Thank you very much, sir. We're very grateful. So we'd like to dive into business without wasting much time. Please, next slide. Williams Okon, can you hear me? Williams, if you're on the call, can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much. So we are glad to meet our speaker, Bolowatife Ademokoya. She's a monetization coach for Africans. So I would like to read a brief profile about our speaker so that we know what is coming our way. Can you please move forward to the next slide?
Okay, I think there seems to be an error in the formatting from the
Yes.
slide Williams is projecting from, but not to waste our time. Wisdom, I think you have the
Yes.
you have the clear one. You can just read from your end while we look at the speaker's beautiful photo. So just read out from your end and we'll move on. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
So Boluwatefe Ademokoya is an Oxford University certified career coach, and she's dedicated to empowering Africans at home and in the diaspora to diversify their global income streams through freelancing. She's the convener of the Freelance MBA series, an intensive program that transforms young African students and graduates from freelance novices into professionals, earning a minimum of $1,000 within 8 weeks. She also leads Freelance to Fortune, a program designed to help African immigrants worldwide regain their confidence and unlock the income and lifestyle they desire by monetizing existing skills and products. As the founder of the Young African Freelancers YA3 in brackets community, Biolu has equipped over 2,000 young Africans with online earning skills in less than 1 year of launch. With her passion for financial independence and global relevance, she is rewriting the future of work for Africans worldwide. And also, beyond her professional impact, Biolu is a wife, mother, and minister of the gospel of Christ, who regularly shares practical insights with our audience on LinkedIn and through our email community. We are so glad to have you, Ma. Yusma, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be here. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me. I'm just going to try to share my own slides. I think I got it. Awesome. All right. So once again, I just want to say a very big thank you to the Society for Petroleum Engineers. I hope I got that right. If I did not get it, please can you forgive me? Okay, so I want to say a very big thank you for inviting me today. I'm really grateful. I think it's such a great opportunity, and I'm excited to be here. All right, so very quickly, because we have very limited amount of time to talk about something that normally I will do like maybe a 3-week boot camp, right? So I've tried to pick out all the juices, the most important things that I can talk to you about. So today we'll go through the introduction. I'm going to skip the introduction because that's more of just really talking about myself, and a lot of that has already been said. We'll talk about essentials of a standard corporate CV. We talk all about the ATS. There's so much ado about the ATS, right? And then we go through some do's and don'ts of CV writing. Now we won't be playing on Canva anymore because I understand that there's a designer here that is here to take you through what it looks like to write your CV on Canva or to design your CV on Canva or other platforms. So I'm not going to be talking about that anymore. So who is Biolu? Like it has been said, I'm a career development coach for Africans. I've been in career development for about 5 years, but last year I pivoted into freelancing. So attending to freelancers, I just started, really working with young African freelancers. Certified in advanced coaching by Oxford University in the UK. A member of Insight Coaching Communities, one of the largest coaching communities worldwide, right? A founder of Young African Freelancers, the Yafri community. I have close to 2 decades of work experience and 5 years in coaching. I'm sharing all of this with you in case you're wondering, they brought another person. All these people that don't even know what they're doing, right? Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. And I've just spotlighted 3 testimonials here, 3 interesting ones. This particular person was out of work for, was it 14 years? He couldn't get a job for 14 years, right? And he currently works with a multinational. So that's the kind of thing that I do, so that you have an idea. For the person in the middle, this was somebody that had been working. She had a fairly good job and needed to change her job. And within 6 months of completing a boot camp with us, she got the opportunity to, got a new job that sponsored our trip to Belgium, right? Those are the kind of things that we want, right? So that's another person. I've got another person in here who is an HR professional herself, and she came into our boot camp. And within, just a couple of, I can't remember how long the boot camp she did was, but it was definitely less than a month. And within that period, she got an invite to a job. So we have all those testimonials just right here for you, so that you know that when I'm talking about CVs, I'm not telling you things that don't work. I'm telling you the pure truth. All right, so we go straight into essentials of a standard CV. What does a standard CV look like? Let me see if I can. Yeah, let me see if I can come to the chat, because I want to hear you, right? I really want to hear you. Very quickly, I'll tell you my own story about my first CV, and I want you to tell me, how you did your own first CV. My first CV, let me tell you how I wrote it. When I graduated from uni, I realized that I would need a CV, okay? I realized that, oh, Bolu, you're going to need a CV because you're going to be applying for jobs. So I asked my best friend, I said, babes, have you written your CV? She said, yes, she has written her own CV. I said, okay, bring your CV. Now, we studied the same course, right? Same university. So I just took her CV. I removed everything, the bio. I changed the bio and I named to my name, this one to everything. I changed it. And that was how I got my first job. So when did you write your own first CV, right? First answer that question. When did you write your own CV? And was it something, did you copy or did you not copy? So that's the question I'm asking you. So when did you write your first CV? Then did you copy or did you not copy? I need to know if it's efficos we have in the house, or if we have people like me in the house that they're like, I can't even deal. Okay, let me see what we have in the house very quickly, because our time is running. I'm looking at that time. Okay, very quickly, you can drop your responses in the chat box so I know. When did you write your first CV? You can give us maybe the year or something, or if you don't know the year. Okay, someone says it was when she was searching for IT. Thank you, Onyedika. I don't know if I pronounced your name well. Please forgive me. Okay, so Victoria says it was last year. Someone says it was 2024. Okay, all right. Now tell us, after my secondary school, that's amazing, Lucky. That's amazing. AB says it's 2024. Someone says it's 2023. Someone says it was last week I wrote my first CV. Okay, I love the audience I have today. You know why? I'm excited about this audience because you're going to get it right early. Now, let me tell you that CV. Wisdom says I rewrite my CV every year. I like that. Let me tell you something about that first CV that I wrote. It got me a job. It didn't get me my first job. My first job was me being retained after NYSC. So I didn't really need it. I can't remember if we had to submit CV or something. So I didn't quite need it, for the first job. But the second one, it got me in because they said bring CV. I submitted the CV and they called me for an interview. But I must say to you that for that job, it was a job that came on recommendation. So somebody knew the person that was advertising the job, and the person invited, and the guy said, oh, I know somebody that is really passionate about this field. So they invited me. That was how I don't think it was the CV, okay? But at least the CV was not horrible. It wasn't so horrible that they'll say, oh, even though they shortlisted you with this CV, you're so horrible, we don't want you, okay? So it still kind of did the job. But the thing about average CVs is that it will keep you average, because after that, no matter how many times I submitted that CV, I wasn't getting shortlisted. Okay, and that's what happens when you have an average CV. When you find people saying things like, oh, there are no jobs, I applied. Many times what happens is they have an average CV, okay? They either have an average. So what is a good CV? What does a good CV look like? So let's go back into our slides. Can you confirm if you can still see my slides? I need somebody to just quickly confirm to me in the chat.
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Awesome. So going back to the slides. Awesome. So essentials of a standard CV or a standard corporate CV, because there are CVs for different things. Okay, but for a corporate CV, what are the things you need to look out for? The first thing is clarity. I'm sure you expected me to go straight into you write this one well. No, if you don't know who you are, you can never write a good CV. That's the thing. it's good. If you don't know who you are, you're going to write an average CV. Now, let me quickly bring this home for us, right? Before I tell you how to gain this clarity about who you are. Every day, have you ever, people complain about there are no jobs. Oh, there are no jobs in Nigeria. There's unemployment. Have you ever opened LinkedIn one day? And when you got to LinkedIn, you know, they said, sorry, you checked the job session. They now say, sorry, there are no jobs today. How many people have had that experience? You got to LinkedIn, you got to LinkedIn, and then they told you, sorry, today there are no jobs on LinkedIn. Or maybe you went to Jobberman, or what are the job sites you go to? And then you got there, they said there are no jobs today. Has it ever happened to you? Anybody? You got to a job site, they said there are no jobs today. Oh, look, it has happened to you. No jobs match your profile. That there are no jobs is the match. Okay. Yeah. So the problem is your profile, not the jobs. So there are jobs, right? There are jobs. The problem is that is the kind of job that you're looking for, the way you are positioned, that is not allowing you to get jobs. So the first thing is really knowing who you are and defining yourself. And I'll show you very shortly how to do that. The next thing that you need to know is that you need is a framework, right? So when you're writing your CV, after you know this is who I am, then you decide that this is how I want to present my CV. And I'll take you through what a framework looks like. We will not go practical also because of time, but we'll look at what the CV framework can look like. The third thing is the content of your CV, right? What is the content? How does it make sense? Is it desirable? And we look at conciseness in your CV, the way it is written. So even if you're making sense, are you making sense in a way that makes you desirable? And finally, we have your wow factor. Okay, so let's start with clarity. How do you write a CV that resonates with you? How do you write a CV that is truly yours and is strong enough to get you the job? Clarity is always based on 3 questions. That's what I say to people. It's usually based on 3 questions. The first question is, who are you? Okay. And when I ask you the question, who are you? I'm not asking the secondary school you went to or the university you graduated from or the course that you graduated from. No, that's not what I'm asking you. That's what most people always say. When they say, who are you? I'm a graduate of petroleum engineering of something. We know that's not who you are. That can be stripped away from you at any time. Your core values are the things that would not change about you. Are you analytical? Are you a people person? Are you caring? What is that thing about you that is not going to change when every other thing changes? So it's not about the number of children you have. It's not about the local government area that you come from. It's not your tribe, right? It's what are my own personal core values. And I would ask you to write this down and go find out, okay? Go do your own research and find out what are my core values, because I can't take you through core values again today, okay? So go find out what are my core values. How do I discover my core values, okay? And you find you find materials about that online, okay? There's actually a Forbes article that I always recommend to people to use. If I can find that, I'll pop it into the chat box for you, so you can use that to find your core values. So once you find your core values, they're usually about 3 to 5 nouns or adjectives that really describe you. Once people say those 5 things, they're like, this perfectly describes this person, right? So that's what the question, who are you, looks like. The next thing is, what do you have? What do you have? Now, this is where you now start looking at, what are my experiences in life? Where have I worked? What's my where have I studied? What professional certifications do I have? What courses have I taken, right? You then begin to look at that. You gather all of that together. So first we started with who you are. What are my core values? Let me tell you the kind of things that your core values will do for you. Let's make it be practical. Now, when I discovered, for example, that my biggest core values are courage, creativity, confidence, right? I find myself, where people are afraid, me, I'm not afraid, right? When people are scared, I'm not usually scared. I'm not scared of things, right? So I've got courage, I've got confidence, I've got calmness. I'm also very calm. So when the kind of things that make people anxious don't really make me anxious. It's not as if I'm not anxious. So like, yeah, things can happen, but without jumping all over the place. So when everybody is jumping, me, I'm calm. I'm looking at all of you. I'm like, all of you calm down. And you know what I was able to do with that? When I realized the kind of person I was, I began to look at aspects of my career where I could shine, where my core values can shine. And two things stood out. The number one thing is anything that people find complex to explain, right? Or anything that people are running away from. Remember, courage, confidence, right? Courage, confidence. I also have creativity because I'm very creative when I'm doing things. So I'm always finding solutions. So I'm like, okay, what are the kind of things that trouble people that they're always running away from? Example is job search. And that was how I found myself in career development coaching. Do you see that? So that's how it relates with you. In petroleum engineering, there are different aspects, right? Let your core values determine the aspect of petroleum engineering that you're choosing. So it is in finding that you would have a CV that resonates with you, and people are like, oh, I want to meet this person because this person, sometimes they call it passion. They say, oh, this person will be passionate about this role because your CV is saying a story about you. But if you just write a random one, oh, petroleum engineering, I will work in no, that way you can't have something peculiar to you, something that makes you desirable. So you start from first your core values, and based on your core values, you begin to look at aspects of petroleum engineering or any other course that you want to study. So that's the first thing. The second one is after you've looked at your core values, this next thing is what? Your experience and your education. Now you want to begin to match because you've said, oh, this is who I am. This is the aspects that I'll probably like to be in, right? So you look at your experience and education. What are the things that corroborate my core values or the area that I want to go into? So it's like you adding things to your basket in a direction that makes sense. Many people's CVs, they're like dustbin, right? Anything, you just put it on your CV, anything. Some people, the primary school they attended is still there. Why? Do you understand? So it should be what? Always putting things that are pushing you towards that goal where you want to be. And the third thing is what? Where are you going? Now think about yourself. Maybe we don't think about this. We're just expecting life to keep pushing us forward, right? You just expect that life will push me forward. When the time comes, life will push me forward. Instead, what you need to do is plan your life. Okay, so now you've discovered your core values. You've realized that, oh, see, I'm a people person. So in this petroleum engineering, I'd rather be people facing. I want to be maybe customer service. I want to be just something that is facing people, right? So you've decided that those are the kind of roles that you want to be in. You now look, the people in petroleum engineering, in people facing roles, right? Who are they? You write down all the roles that are applicable to you. In the next 5 years, if I go in this direction, in the next 5 years, what can I become? What can I become in the next 5 years? You begin to write all of those things down, right? Because that dream, that ambition will fuel your passion. So when you see where you're about to go, you are able to begin to gather things in the right direction. You're not just writing any kind of CV again. Now your CV will begin to tell a story. It's a story of this is me, this is who I am, this is what I have, and this is where I would like to go. Not only will this turn around your CV, what it will do for you is that it will also put your life in a direction. Please type in the comment section for me. Just ask the next person to you. Look at the person that is next to you in the chat box and ask the person, where are you going? Please let me ask the person very quickly. Just tag somebody in the chat box and ask them, say, Ijoma, where are you going? Wisdom, where are you going? Ask them. Say, Godwin, where are you going? Or Noel, where are you going? Where are you going? Are you just rolling all over the same place? Just rolling. Where are you going? What is your goal? What is your ambition? What is your dream? Where are you going? All right, so once that is sorted, see, the reason why many people do not have CVs that command attention is because this question on the screen, or these 3 questions have not been answered. They don't have clarity on where they're going, so they write very weak CVs. Once you've determined all of these things, the next thing is to go into your framework. And in terms of framework is just how you want to present your CV. Now, we can't do framework without content, right? So let's go into what the content of your CV will look like. Now, the basic content of a CV, we start with your bio, right? Your bio is what? Basic information about you. We start from your name, your first name, your surname, okay? Write it the way, just write first name, surname. Don't write all your given names. I know you have 10 names. Only you. 2 names. Two names is enough, okay? Two names is enough. For those that will be applying for jobs outside the country, sometimes it's even advisable. So for somebody like me, my name is Bolu Tife, write Bolu and your surname, okay? A name that is easy to pronounce. I don't want to go into the psychology of that right now, but I just wanted to mention it because I know that there are people here. Some people are with us today, but their heart is no longer in Nigeria. So for just keep that information, for yourself. When you get the job, you'll be telling them that my full name is this, but use a short name. It will help. All right. So sorry, your bio. So your name. After your name is your phone number. Your phone number, as simple as it is, just put your phone number in there. Okay. Put in your phone number. The next thing you want to put in is your email address. Your phone number, please don't just put phone number, phone that you don't answer. There are people that don't answer their calls. That's their calling. Their calling is not to answer their calls. Have the attitude of answering your calls. And when you answer calls, another thing you should do is be courteous on the phone. Many people are very rude. Who is this? Because you don't know the person calling you. Hello, where is this? Already you don't even know who is calling. You don't know if it's Obama that is calling you. You don't know. Where is that? What happened? Are we fighting? Right? Good morning. Hello, good morning. Who am I speaking with, please? Please let me type that in the comment section because some people don't know. Many people don't know. You'll be surprised. They don't know that that's how to answer a call. It's not who is this. Good morning. You confirm. They ask you, is this Wisdom I'm speaking with? Yes, Wisdom speaking. Who am I speaking with, please? It doesn't change anything. They already know your name. They already know your name. Where is this? Where is this? What happened? What are you fighting with? Right? Stop fighting us. So, hello, good morning. Is this Wisdom I'm speaking with? Yes, it's Wisdom. If you say no, does it change it? If they want to blow you bomb, would they not have blown you since? They already have your number. What are you afraid of? So be calm down, okay? Calm down. Hello, who am I speaking with? Okay, am I speaking with Wisdom? Yes, this is Wisdom speaking. Who am I speaking with, please? Right? And then they will tell you, oh, this. So please be cautious on the phone. The next thing is your email address. The people that don't check their emails, today is your day, right? Say, I repent in the name of Jesus. Just write it there. Say, I repent in the name of Jesus. I repent. If you're looking for a job, you're not checking email. When do you think they'll bring the job to your doorstep? They will carry their company and come and put it on your doorstep and say, Ogbagun, this is your sacrifice, right? Check your emails. Check your emails from time to time. Check even your junk email from time to time, right? At least once a week, you should check your junk. Check your junk email, check your normal email. If you're looking for something, you should be on the lookout for it. Not that they'll send you email 2 weeks after you realize that they called you for an interview last week. So always check your emails. The next thing is your work experience, okay? So when I say the next thing, I'm not saying that's the way to arrange it. You see how I've arranged it. The way I've arranged it is I've put the things that are extremely necessary. So if you have a CV that has a bio, work experience and education, see, those are the most important things on your CV, okay? Those are the most important things on your CV, your bio, your work experience and education. Every other thing is an addendum. Every other thing, this is what makes a CV: bio, work experience and education. So under your bio, you have your name. After your name, you have your email. After your email, you have your address. Your address, you don't have to give your full address. The state you live in and the city you live in and the state is enough. Lagos, Nigeria, right? Or you can put, Lagos, Nigeria, or where in Nigeria, Warri, Nigeria is enough, okay? When they want to find out, let them find out more about you later on. That's enough. Lagos, Nigeria is enough. You don't need to put your exact details. Number 2, after 3 roundabouts, turn left. When you turn left, we don't need all of that. The next thing is your work experience. So work experience, you want to outline the things that, the places you've worked. In outlining the places you've worked, I've seen some horrible CVs in my life. You put the name of the organization, the date you worked in there. So if you worked somewhere, I'll show you a sample CV at the end of the meeting. So you put the name, the dates that you worked, right? These are things that you must put, and you put the location. So for example, if I worked at Career Experts Limited, I'll put Career Experts Limited, right? And then I'll put comma Lagos or Nigeria or US, or I'll put it there, right? So let it have like a reference. Don't just put the name of an organization, especially when the organization is an organization that is not known. people might want to check it out if it is true that the organization exists. So you need to put something in there, because a lot of people lie on their CVs and we are aware. So you want to put it there, you know exactly where the organization is. Put it there, Lagos, Nigeria, so that we can see, and then put in the date. The date can be the month you started and the year, and then when you completed it, okay? So you put that. So remember, name of organization, you put in the location, right? Then you put in the dates, okay? Then after that, you outline your experiences. About 4 to 5 bullet points is enough. So 4 to 5 bullet points where you say, oh, these are the things that I've done, okay? 4 to 5 bullet points, and then you explain your work experience, okay? We always advocate speaking in achievement. So rather than just say, oh, I was the front desk officer, I used to sweep the floor, I used to wash the plates, I used to do this. Instead, how many plates did you wash? 100 plates. I wash 100 plates per week. Do you see the difference, right? I was the front desk officer, I sweep the floor, I cut the grass. No, instead, give us in numbers. So turn it around to numbers. Okay, so instead of I wash the plates, tell us I washed 100 plates per week. I swept the floor. Oh, I swept a 365 square meter, you know, area, but this thing. Think of the achievements in line with the goals of the organization. So what was the organization trying to achieve by hiring you? When you find out what the answer is, how did you help your organization achieve that goal? That is what your work experience should be looking like. That's what it means to speak in achievement. The next thing is your education. Once again, the name of your school, the city, and then the city of location is usually fine, because with the city of location, they can find your school, the dates attended. So you can put the year or the month and the year, okay? So you let us know. Then you put in the course you studied, okay? You need to put in the course you studied. So the course you studied in that university, you put it in there. For those, I know a lot of people are just starting out their careers here. So for those just starting out their careers, and I know that you don't have a lot of work experience, what you can then put is, you can put 1 or 2 lines about your achievement while you were in school, okay? 1 or 2 lines about your achievement while you were in school. Did you serve as ESCO somewhere? Did you do student politics? Did you do this? Did you do that? You can put 1 or 2 bullet points under even what you've done. You can highlight some courses that are really relevant. You can highlight your project if it is relevant to your core values and the kind of things that you want to do. So these are some things. If you want some awards and things like that, you can put them in there. But this is really what makes, this is the most, if you have all of these 3 on your CV, you are really good to go. But then there are some things that are really desirable in creating a CV. And an example of something that is really desirable is your professional summary. A professional summary is a short paragraph, usually a short paragraph. It can also be in bullet points. It's a short paragraph that summarizes your entire CV, okay? It's a short summary of your entire CV. And what does it say? This is me. Sometimes you can reflect your core values. So this is me, these are my core values. You don't say this is me, these are my core values, right? You just say I am this and that, you know, and this is, and then you put in some evidence. I'll show you a sample, okay? You put in some evidence that show that you're good for the role. The most important things on your CV that can help you land that job that you're looking for are the things you put on in your professional summary. So it's like you looking at your CV. You now say, out of all these things, all these plenty stories that I've written, what are the major things on my CV that can help me to land the kind of job that I'm looking for? So those things, you arrange them into your professional summary. Once again, I'll show you a sample. The next thing is your key achievements. I would say for most of us on this call, we will not need key achievements. You know why? Because we are just starting out. Key achievements is usually for people that have over 10 years experience, right? 10, 15, 20 years of experience. So they have long CVs. They really need to help people see the biggest things they've achieved. So you don't need this, right? Right now, the next thing is qualifications. Do you have a professional course, a certification, something you've done that you would like to showcase, right? This is where qualifications come in. The next thing will be your skills, okay? So in terms of skills, we also have different kinds of skills. Ensure that you put a good dose of all the different categories of skills. Categories of skills, we have technical versus non-technical skills. Technical skills are skills that you directly need to do a job. As a petroleum engineer, for example, you need safety, right? Safety, health and safety training. That's a That's a core skill. Okay, you need what else do you need? You need knowledge of something, right? That's a core skill. So look at all the core skills you need for your job. You need to put them in there. Okay, then your non-technical skills are what they're also called soft skills, right? These are things that you need to survive in relating with other human beings. Examples of soft skills will be confidence. Oh, I'm analytical, right? I'm diligent, I'm this and that. So those are soft skills. Now, even in highlighting soft skills, don't just write any soft skills. Highlight soft skills that are related to the kind of job that you're looking for. Simple way to do it: ask ChatGPT. Say, ChatGPT, I'm trying to apply for, these are the kind of roles I'm looking for. What are the soft skills I should add to my CV? ChatGPT will give you like 50 because ChatGPT does not have job. So please, out of the 50, just pick about 5 that resonates with you, or maybe 4, and then put them in there. Ask ChatGPT again, what are the skills that I should highlight on my CV for this kind of roles? What are the technical skills? To tell you, put it there for ChatGPT. The next thing is what? So some things, hobbies and interests, I put it in yellow because is if you feel like that, you put it. And don't go and put hobby and interest that they will now, when they now see, they'll now say, this person does not need job. Okay, so only put your hobbies and interests. I'll say don't put it, but if you have to put it, only put it if there is a way that it complements the kind of role you're looking for. Do you see that? So if it complements the kind of role you're looking for. So let me give you an example. When I was applying for, there was a job I was applying for that had a lot of public speaking. Now, one of my hobbies, or one of the things I do or I've done in the past, is stage plays. So I've done a lot of stage plays, right? And this role requires a lot of speaking, like you have to be speaking to large crowds of people. So I put it in there, and it's quite funny that when I got the job, eventually my hiring manager told me that the reason that we were two they were considering for that role, that the reason they eventually now chose me over the other person is because I had experience with stage plays, right? And they know that because the role, I had to speak to, like, I think the highest I did was a crowd of 5,000 people. So, my experience in working with stage plays then helped on that role. Do you see? So if it is related in any way remotely to what you're applying for, if you feel like that experience can help, you can put it in there. But if not, please keep your hobbies, go and give it to your family. Or you tell the next person, tag another person, say, give your hobbies, go and give it to your family. We know you can twerk, go and give it to your family. Give it to your family, okay? All right, so things that you should not put on your CV. Don't put your biodata except it was explicitly asked. All those, what do they call it? State of origin, date of birth, number of children, what else? Local government area. Don't put it on your CV. Now, sometimes, depending on the kind of jobs that you're looking for. So, for example, you're in Warri, right? You're applying to a federal parastatal in Warri. Do you understand? And you know that this one, if they know that I'm from Warri, they will give me the job. You can put it there only for that application, but your normal CV should not have all of that. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you feel like in this particular application, it might give me an edge, right? That's when you might be able to put it. But in 90% of the cases, you don't need to put it in there, okay? So take that out. Number of wife, I'm married, I'm this and that. Remove all of that. Your bio is just your name, is your phone number, your email address, and your address. And even the address is only what your city and your country. That's enough. All right. So except it is otherwise stated, they now say bring it. That's when you do that. Another thing you should not put is references. In the past, you needed references to be on your CV, but because of something called GDPR, that's relating to data protection. You don't just release people's data, to other people without their permission. So because of GDPR, it's a global issue. This GDPR issue is a global issue. References, most HR companies or HR practitioners have agreed that references should not be added on a CV. When you are done, when they shortlist you, they will now ask you and say, okay, go and bring your reference. That's what most companies do now. But if the person asking you to bring the CV tells you go and include your reference, then you go ahead and include it. But for most people, you don't need a reference on your CV. All right, so ATS trackers, we'll still look at what what a CV looks like. But let's go into ATS trackers before I show you that. Now, there is a lot of talk about ATS. In fact, people have made money. People have made so much money. They will just come and scare you. Better come and make your CV ATS ready. If it's not ATS ready, you will not get job. You to not be running from pillar to post. You are running. And because of that, but while it is true, right, I'm going to demystify this ATS thing to you. The first thing is that ATS is simply a tool for recruiters. It's the same way people use CRM platforms. CRM is customer relationship management. So how in the past, when you go to an organization in the past, they will collect the name of, maybe you fill a form, right? You fill it physically. You write it down. That's the way it used to be in the past. But when you go to an organization today, they will enter it into a computer. That's it. Okay, so it's a tool, is a software tool for different companies. Different people use different ATS trackers, and it is only to help to make the recruitment process a lot easier. Okay, so instead of one person, so imagine I'm an HR person now, and I need to recruit for a role. If I get 200 applications, by the time I get to application number 30, I'm tired. But an ATS will scan everything, right? So an ATS will collect all the data, all the things people wrote. It will scan it the way AI used to do. It will scan everything like that, and then it will now present the best to the recruiter. So if you have that picture, it demystifies it and makes it easier for you to understand. So it's not one wicked algorithm that they kept somewhere to come and be destroying your application. No, it's just something that makes the recruitment process easier for organizations. It just helps them organize everything. It's not like one CV has lost. I cannot find the email of the person. Everybody's application goes through the ATS, and then that's what is done. The next thing is that ATS thrives on keywords. You can already imagine that, right? It is what you write that the ATS will pick out for you. Okay, so it thrives on keywords. So you need to put in keywords that are related to the role you're applying for. How do you get the keywords that are related to the role that you're applying for? Number one is what do you call it? Voludum blank. Okay, yes. How do you get keywords? Number one is from the job description. Okay, if you're jotting, please write that down. You get your keywords from the job description. Copy the entire job description, paste it into ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT to identify the major keywords, for this job role. What are the major keywords that I should include in my CV on this job role? ChatGPT will give you to tell you these are the keywords to include. So you bring it out, and then you ensure that all those keywords, they appear maybe at least 2 or 3 times in your CV, okay? So you put, and a good way to put it is, that's why you have a professional summary. You mention it in your professional summary, you mention it under job experience, you mention it under skills, right? So look at yourself, mention it 3 times. So by the time you mention it 3 times, you mention each of the keywords like 3 times. By the time the ATS tracker is tracking the whole system, like it's tracking all the applications, your own will rank high. That's what that looks like, okay? So it's about applying the right keywords. The next thing about ATS trackers is to watch your formatting, okay? You need to be very careful about the way you format your CV. So use very simple, so now we're going to learn how to design our CV on Canva. That your CV on Canva is not for ATS, okay? An ATS CV is a very simple CV, okay? Very simple and straight to the point. And like I said, I'll just show you for the last client I worked with, I'll show you the CV, right? I'll show you the ATS CV and then the Canva CV. I'll show you both of them just after. I'll take questions and I'll show you, okay? So don't over format, don't use all those graphic, and then use clear titles. It's not time to get flowery at all. It's not the time that instead of experience, instead of writing experience, instead of writing experience, let me write my blockbuster. We get very flowery these days. My blockbuster moment. Don't write blockbuster moment. Just write it there. My experience, right? Education. Don't write education. Don't write learning. You say instead of learning, let me just write education. Let me write learning. Write education, so that the ATS can know that, okay, this section, this is our work experience. This section, because it will catch it. okay? And then all the areas must be distinct, okay? So that's another thing to note. Then finally, follow the rules. So different organizations have different ATS trackers that they use. So different organizations use different ones, okay? So to help yourself, right, anything they tell you to do as you're applying for that job, do it. On some ATS trackers, they will tell you, upload your CV automatically and it will populate all their fields for you. See, when you get to those ones, when they have populated the field, go through each field and see what, because it might remove some things. Some things are important, it will not populate it. So you need to go through each field and check, okay, did they identify this one? Did they identify this one? And update before you submit your application, okay? Some of them will say, don't upload your CV. Be copying the sections, copy it and paste inside the box. Anything it tells you to do, just follow the rules to the letter and don't be lazy. That's another thing. Do not be, remember, you are in a battle of keywords. Please call the name of another person and say, you are in a battle of keywords, okay? Say you are in a battle of keywords. So you want to pepper everything you're saying with keywords, the keywords that work. All right, so I'm going to be wrapping up the session by sharing some do's and don'ts of CV writing, yeah? So some of the do's, I've written the do's in green and then the don'ts in red. So some of the do's are always cross your I's and cross your T's. You want to get a job. 100 people apply for the same job. You are writing, you are blowing trumpet. You are throwing blunders in your CV. Your tenses are not correct. You write line 1, there's full stop. Line 2, no full stop, right? So make sure that everything is making sense. Check everything. Check your fonts. Check all of that. Your font, the same font. Some people, you're writing a CV. You now go and copy something. Maybe you remember that you have one experience from somewhere, or maybe you want to copy the name of an organization from online. You copy, you now paste onto your document, and then you're getting, is giving you another font and you leave it like that. You need to make sure that everything is, is a fine document. Okay, so please watch that. Watch your colors. If you're using a certain color for your headline, right, and another color, when you get to the next headline, make sure it's the same font size, the same color. The way you do it, let it be consistent like that. Sit with your CV, let it be good. It's your first impression. That's the first thing people, they will not meet you. They'll first meet your CV and it gives them an idea of the kind of person that you are. So watch your spacing. The next thing is what? Never send a CV with typographical errors. Okay, so read it again. See, it's not the day you write your CV that you finish writing the CV. Put that CV somewhere. Go and sleep for 2 or 3 days, then come back and look through that CV again. Then you begin to say, but if you try to do everything in a rush, you will miss out the errors, okay? Use numbers to establish credibility. I've explained this earlier, right? Don't just say, I did this, I did that. Use numbers to establish credibility. But in the same vein, do not lie in the bid to show big numbers. So many people now think that they say we should use numbers. I was the one that built half of Dangote refinery. We know you are lying, right? Don't lie. The little numbers you have is enough. That small number that you have is enough. It's just to show your attitude. It's not what they were used to. We know you're a fresh graduate, okay? Don't lie, okay? But the little numbers you have, put them creatively in your space. Then create a spectacular covering letter. I'm not going to be able to cover cover letters here, so please go online, try to learn more about cover letters. But a cover letter is like a letter, just a summary, a one-page letter explaining why you are the best person for that role. So in your cover letter, you can summarize your CV. See, another thing is ChatGPT has made it very easy. Go to ChatGPT, upload your CV, right? Upload your CV, then ask it, then upload the job description. Then, first upload the job description. After you uploaded the job description, tell it that you want a cover letter for this job. It will first write the cover letter for you. Then tell it that you now upload your CV. When you upload your CV, you now tell ChatGPT that, it should, you by yourself, this is where the difference comes in. By yourself, look at the experiences and all the things that you have, okay? Look at the ones that are more suited to the job. Now tell ChatGPT that it should create a cover. It It should edit the cover letter for you and use this experience, highlight these experiences, right? Or this result, on the cover letter to make your cover letter more credible. It will do it for you, and then you can now edit to your taste before you submit, okay? So that's what that looks like. Never submit an application without a cover letter. If you're submitting that application via email, your email body is your cover letter. So don't just write hi. They said you should send your CV. You just attach the CV. You just send it, or you just say hi, find attached. No, in the body of the email, you need to say, dear so person, thank you for the opportunity to apply for this job. My name is this person. I've attached my CV as requested. My name is also person. I heard about this opportunity. This is why I think I'm a good, I'm a good fit for this role. I really look forward to hearing from you. So you put that in as your cover letter in the body of your email before you send. So never send an application without a cover letter. Whether your cover letter is your email, whether it is written separately, make sure you always have a cover letter for your for that. And a question might come in here. Some people might ask, do I need to keep editing my CV for different roles? My answer is, if you're a focused person, if you know what you're doing, right? So for example, I've told you, you've defined who you are, what you have, and where you're going. If you already have that, you will be applying for jobs in line with where you're going. So you will not need to change your CV that much every single time. What you will need to change most of the time is your cover letter. Do you see that? So that's the difference. All right. So always have an impressive CV at your fingertips. This is another thing. Many people wait until last minute before they do their CV. Don't wait till last minute. Do your CV now. Somebody say, in fact, say, do your CV yesterday. Oh yeah, tell somebody in the comment section, say, go and do your CV yesterday. Go and do your CV yesterday. Tell the person, go and do your CV yesterday. You are owing us your CV. The reason why many people don't get jobs is not because they're not applying, but they apply late. You think because the job description or the job said we are looking to apply in October, you're now waiting till 31st of October. They've already recruited, you started the interview process before your own went in. The day you see an application, immediately send in the application. Thank God for ChatGPT. Look at the process I told you. Use it to create your cover letter, immediately send it. Send it. How many times you think about it? How many times did you say a job and you're like, I just need to edit my CV? Once you start thinking you need to edit your CV, see, it's your village people. You're called, tell the person beside you, say it's your village people. Tell them, say it's your village people. It's your village people that are chasing you. That's what you're saying. I want to first make my CV perfect. You should have your perfect CV right now, okay? So immediately do your CV. And after that, is your cover letter that you just be editing to fit. And immediately, never delay applications because you don't have a ready CV. Never. From today, after I've spoken to you, if you do it again, you will see me in your dream. I will flog you. I will flog you, Koboko. I will flog you, Pakere. I will flog you. Every time you see a job opening, you refuse to apply because you don't have a good CV. And then everybody applies, and then that's how you're left behind. All right, so I'm going to stop here at this point. I believe that I should have exhausted my time. I'm going to stop here. If I still have a bit more time, then I'll bring up what do you call it? I'll bring up my the CVs, the two CVs, and I'll show them to you. All right, over to you, moderators. Once again, thank you so much for the time and for the invite.
Thank you very much. Your session was really engaging, and believe me, we enjoyed it. We want to thank you very much. And I'm sure during the question and answer session, maybe you have the opportunity to display this sample CV so that we can also learn more. We are very, very grateful. Your session was clear, it was engaging, and I really enjoyed it. We really enjoyed it. Thank you very much for taking out your time to deliver a nice job for us. Thank you very much. So to take us on the question and answer session is Manekato Gideon Tega. So he's going to be helping us to anchor the question and answer session so that we can learn more from our resource person, Bolivar Tefe. So Tega, you have the floor.
So moderator, I'm not sure Tega Gideon is on call, so just go ahead, please.
Okay, Tega is not on the call. Okay, so if you have any question you want our resource person to do justice to, you can just put it out there in the chat box, and I'll read it out so she can she can deliver, do justice to that. So you do not need to raise your hand. You just need to type your question in the chat box.
Okay, I think while we're
Okay.
trying to get our questions, probably our speaker can just show us those sample CVs. Because from what she has said, I'm not even sure there'll be questions anymore. But let's just see the CVs while we try to prepare for that. Thank you.
Everybody needs the samples. Okay.
All right, so I'll just share my screen and then I'll show you the two samples, okay? So I'm going to start first from the general CV, okay? The one that you use, sorry, the ATS CV, okay? So this is a sample ATS CV. You can see it's straight to the point, okay? Straight to the point. By the way, you notice that this one does not have the phone number and all of that yet, right? So usually it's just a line after, and then I'll put the name, the phone number, and all of that on this one, okay? So just that's just for your information. Please, can somebody quickly confirm? Just let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Awesome. Okay, so this is a sample. You can see how I've arranged this for this person, right? This is the professional summary. You can see that this person says I'm dynamic and results driven. Now, remember what I said about core values. So these are two of his core values. He's someone that is dynamic, he's someone that is results driven, right? So dynamic and result driven, HR professional. Then he begins to write the things that will make people consider him for the kind of roles he's looking for. So he says, with a decade of experience in what? In senior HR roles, working in multinationals. So you need to look for those things. If you don't know how to do it, like I said again, go and ask ChatGPT. Very easy and straight to the point. So that's like a sample professional summary. This person has over 15 years experience, right? So he has to put key achievements. You do not need key achievements, okay, on your own CV, especially if you don't have a lot to write about. The next thing is what? Work experience. This is a sample of what I said to you. Human, you know, the job title, name of organization, the date, right? And then I outline the things that you did. And you can see that he's putting in here the numbers he did. I did this by 3%, productivity by this one, that one. You want to use power words, power language that will make you look like you know exactly what you're doing. When you are done with your CV, you should not recognize yourself. Even you should be like, nah, maybe this. That's how your CV should feel for you. Okay, so you do that and look at the arrangements. Can you see that the spacing, they are equal? I did not put the spacing between work experience and human resource manager. By the time you go to the next field, you see that it's still this. Look at its key HR competencies. You can see that. I'm not doing it the same. And a way to achieve this is you use templates. You can find templates on Word. So Microsoft Word has templates. If you're on Google, the G Suite, your Google, what was the name of that suite again? Google, oh God, help me. Your Word, what's Word on Google again?
365.
Google Docs. You can find on Google Docs also. So that's another one to do. So this is what it looks like, okay? And then you have that, you can see his HR competencies. These are his skills, okay? So key HR competencies, other competencies, you have that in there, right? And then you can see education, the course you studied, the university, the date, okay? Don't just write the university or the course and expect us to understand. So you can see how we've put it in here. And you see, I put the course in bold, right? After the course in bold, the next thing is what? I put this one in not bold. The next course is also in bold. The next one is in bold. That's how you do a CV, like somebody that, you know, that's somebody that knows what they are doing, right? Then certifications and membership. The same font for every title. Do you see that? It's the same exact font for the titles and the same spacing in between them, okay? And then these are professional development and conferences attended and things like that. So this is what a sample ATS CV will look like, okay? Straight to the point. You can see it does not even have plenty colors. No color, just straight to the point, very well outlined, everything outlined in there. That's what that one looks like, okay? Now let me show you what the other kind of CV looks like. Do I have it open? I think I have it open somewhere. I think it's here. Sorry, I'm just trying to check the other one, the one I created on Canva for the same person. If we have a question, let's really take that question while I search for the second one, please.
Okay, so Callistus has a question. He said, how long is too long for a CV? And how short is too short for CV bio?
For a CV bio?
Yes. And
Oh,
I was
okay.
asking the question, how long is too long for an entire CV?
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So for an entire CV, 2 pages is enough for your CV, okay? For most people, 2 pages is enough. By the time you're going into C-suite and maybe academic CVs and things like that, academic CVs are CVs for like people that want to lecture. Those ones can get to like 3 pages, sometimes 4, 5 pages, okay? But for you as a beginner, 2 pages, in fact, 1.5 pages is already enough for you, okay? There's also something called the 1-page CV. The 1-page CV is usually requested for by organizations sometimes. If they request for a 1-page CV, find a way to fit your entire CV into 1 page, okay? But if they're not requesting for 1-page CV, then 2 pages at most. But usually for people that are just starting out, 0 to 5 years of experience, 1.5 pages is more than enough for you, okay? Put everything you need to put into 1.5 pages. Now, with regards to bio, how long is a bio? See, this person is applying for HR business partner role, senior human resource, like head of human resources, somebody that will be directing like 100 staff. Do you understand? In like 36 states of Nigeria. Do you see that? So for somebody like this, you can see that even as big as the role is applying for this is all that is profiling. So your own cannot be 1 page. Do you see that? Straight to the point, 3 PowerPoints is enough for you. If, in fact, 1 paragraph is enough, that's it for your profile. It's just your core values, 2 or 3 things that make you a good fit for the role. Usually your experience, it might not be, in your case, it might be what you studied. So dynamic and results driven graduate of petrochemical engineering, right? Interested in, or maybe with skills in, mention 2 or 3 skills, and I'm interested in these roles. That's what it looks like, and that's all. It can just be only this 1 paragraph for you, okay? Doesn't have to be that much, right? For people that are just starting, this is for somebody that is looking for bigger roles. So you can see here, this is the colorful one. This is the flowery one, right? And I've used Canva to design this, and you can see what that looks like, and it ends at 3 pages again. Okay, so that's an example of what the CVs look like. I hope that works for you. All right.
Yeah.
Any other question?
Yes, JJ Emmanuel has a question. He says, what's the best way to structure a portfolio so it complements a CV rather than repeats it?
Oh goodness. Okay, so what is the best way to structure a portfolio? First,
35 minutes. Let's be done with it first before I will call you back. Please give me 30 minutes.
Please, can someone help me mute Buhari?
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, my first question to you is, why do you need a portfolio? Because I assume that I'm speaking with people in petroleum engineering, right? What exactly are you applying for that needs a portfolio? Because a portfolio is graphic designer role. Come and meet me in Yafri. This is not Yafri. This is SPE. Okay. So come and meet us in Yafri, and then we'll teach you that. Okay. So that's not a question for here. All right.
Thank you. Okay, I also have a question, a quick one. What's the difference between a resume and a CV?
Okay, so that's an interesting question. There are arguments about the differences. Some people will tell you it's let me tell you the biggest difference. The biggest difference is that CVs are referred to resumes when you go to North America, Canada, USA, right? In those places, when you get there, most people will ask you that, can you submit your resume? You will not really find people telling you that, can you submit your CV? Okay, so those places, what you're likely to hear is a resume. Here in the UK, Nigeria, all of that, what you hear is CV. So the first big difference is the location, right? So some people prefer to call it resume, some people prefer to call it CV. Now, you need to listen carefully because you can be confused. I don't really like to answer this question. The next thing is this. In North America, now different countries, right? They have different preferences in the way they like to write their CVs, okay? So when you're writing a CV, for example, in Canada, it's straight to the point. Usually, your CV must not pass 2 pages, even if you are, what do you call it? Even if you are the president of Nigeria, your CV cannot. So they prefer 1 page or maximum 2-page CV, right? So when some people are telling you that what's the difference between a resume and a CV, they'll tell you that a resume is short, a CV is long. No, the reason why a resume is short is because the people that call it resume in their own country, they really prefer the shorter CVs to the longer ones, okay? So it's not really a difference between a resume and a CV. It's just a resume. It's called resume around there, okay? So some people tell you that resume is shorter and it's like a picture. It's because that's the way they design it around there. Okay, so most people will design it around there. In the US, you find both resume and CVs, right? So in the US, they'll now tell you that, oh, a resume is the short one, right? And the CV is the longer version. So sometimes some people now call the 1-page CV a resume, right? And they will now say the CV is now the one that is 2 pages, that is more detailed. It's not necessarily so, okay? So it just, if you have an application and they tell you to submit a resume, just look at it. What country is it coming from? If it's coming from Canada, then you just use the format of where that thing is coming from, okay? So different places have different formats. That's all. It's not a big deal, if I can put it that way, okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This session has been very, very engaging. Very engaging. Thank you very much. We are really, really, really grateful. We appreciate your presence.
Thank you.
Okay.
Somebody's making me laugh. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody.
All right. So we are moving. We're moving over to the CV design tutorial, and our resource person is with us, Daniel.
Sorry, Wisdom. Before we go there,
Okay.
I think, but I'm not sure the speaker would be on until we are done with the tutorial. So let's have a photograph with her so that she can always leave when she's ready to. Yeah, before we go into the tutorial. Thank you so much.
Okay. So William Sukun, could you help us do a snapshot while we all put on our video? Please, let's open our camera so we can all see our video.
Okay, 1 minute on this.
Yeah. So please open your cameras.
Yeah. Can I see more cameras?
More cameras, please.
Cameras off. It was not shut. All right, thank you. That's been taken.
All right. Thank you. Okay,
All right, so
Mark,
moderator, before you move on, I would like to say, because I don't know when the speaker will be leaving the call, I would like to say a very big thank you to our speaker. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation, and thank you for giving us more than we asked for. Like I'm just in awe. All the things you mentioned, everything you gave us 100% and 1,000 and more. Thank you so much. And hopefully, I believe we would have future programs where we need you to still come up and even do a broader session, because I'm not sure I'm not sure we're able to get as much as you would have wanted to give. And so we'll just keep in touch and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much, Mambolu.
You're absolutely welcome, and I must comment on the organization of your community. I think you're one of the most organized communities I've ever been to. I want to say well done to everybody, and I'm wishing you all the best with your job applications. God bless you.
thank you very much, man. Thank you very much, man. So moving on, we're moving on to the design facilitator, Daniel Odumo. Before he comes up, I would like to read a brief bio about our resource person. So our design facilitator this evening, like I said earlier, Daniel Odumo, is a brand identity designer. So he's a brand identity designer and also a visual designer who has spent the last 4 years helping. Okay, please can you put on the slide? The slide, please.
Please continue reading from the end.
All right. So Daniel Odumo is a brand identity and visual designer who has spent the last 4 years helping ideas take shape through creative and impactful visuals. Currently a petroleum engineering student at the Federal University of Petroleum Resources, FURU, Daniel balances his academic journey with a thriving design career. He has built a strong freelancing presence and now works as the lead designer for OARL, a fashion brand based in the UK. Daniel is skilled in tools like Canva, Photoshop, and Figma. Daniel also has worked on numerous projects ranging from flyers and posters to CV/resume and much more. He believes that the little knowledge he has gathered along the way can make a real difference, and is excited to share some of those insights in this workshop. So Daniel, we're looking forward to learning much from your expertise. So please, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Please confirm that you can hear me, please.
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate CSC for this opportunity. I appreciate my Oga at the top, Mr. Paul and Mr. Callisto. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to learn. Because for me, it's also an opportunity to learn. I learned a lot from the first speaker. And now I'm even scared to even teach us how to design with Canva because she said that she said that designing with Canva. But anyways, we'll still do what we can do. Yeah, we'll still do what we can do. I just feel we'll just have a different kind of approach to be able to fit into what she has just taught us. Yeah, so I'll be sharing my screen now. And yeah, okay, hold on. Sorry, please, I'm trying to share my screen, but it's saying was disabled participants. Can you? Please, can you? Let me set up.
Okay, yes, you're now co-host. Sorry for that delay. So you're now co-host, so you should be able to share your screen now.
Sorry, I'm using two devices at the moment, my phone and my system. So you will see two Odumo Daniel. I'm sorry for the stress. Just
Okay, no, it's fine. Let me try to get the other. Okay, yeah, found it. Okay, I think you're good now. Both devices are now co-hosts.
Thank you. Can you see my screen?
In a minute. Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we'll just go straight to what we are here to do. So this is just basically the design phase of this workshop. Yeah, design phase of this workshop. So we're making use of Canva. There are a lot of tools to design CVs and to make designs in general. But the reason why we're going with Canva is because of it takes time, it's very easy to use, and it's very, very understandable. Even if you do not have like a lot of background in designing, you can still like cook up something with Canva. Yeah. So the speaker made mention towards the end of our session that she would give us a sample of two different kinds of CV. So I believe that's what we're working on here. So we'll do the ATS standard and also the beautiful type. The beautiful type, the one that is nice, yeah. So we'll do the two because there are times when the second one would suffice. There are times when the main ATS type would work. Understand? So we'll learn the two here, and I believe that we'll be able to complete it as soon as possible. So yeah, I don't know any browser you are using. The first thing is just to go to Canva.
Sorry to cut in, Daniel. There's a bit of an echo from your end. I think it's because you are joined with two devices. So can you turn off the speaker of the one you are not currently using. So if you're speaking with your laptop, maybe turn off the speaker of your phone or vice versa.
Okay. No. Sorry, hold on. Just finish a minute.
Please, let's just exercise a little bit patience for our resource person, Daniel.
Please confirm that you can. Please, can you hear me?
Can you talk again?
Can you hear me now? Clearly.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Good.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to connect with my so I can hear clearly as well. Okay. Yeah, what about now? Can someone speak?
Yeah, we can hear you, but it seems the echo is coming from somewhere else.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, but we can hear a little background noise.
Yeah, I'm staying in a noisy place.
But
That's why, but I'll speak as loud as I can.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you so much. Yeah. So I said that to make use of Canva. So whatever browser you're using, you just go to canva.com. I guess the way you can understand better is if you are doing it alongside myself. So you can just take out this time to make your own TV now. You know, the speaker said you should do it yesterday. You understand? So you can just do it now. So don't move it to later. So as I'm working on it, you can also work on your own. So once you get to Canva, you can just type CV or resume. It's the same size. So once you get there, once you open canva.com and you sign up and you do every necessary thing, you can just type resume. Hold on, to take you. So once you type in resume, it brings out all of this part and all of that. So the point is just for us to get the size of the resume itself. So the good thing about Canva is that there are a lot of templates that you can work with. Like the speaker also made mention of templates and all of that. So in Canva, there are a lot of templates you can work with. But for this particular class, we'll be working from scratch so that because when you work from scratch, you can easily like tweak a lot of things and all of that. So we'll be doing that here. So once you get to this phase, you create a blank page.
It seems okay. You're back. Okay.
Yeah, but the network is so back here now. Once you create the main page, so let's just wait for it to load. Yeah. So you have this like blank workspace. This is what we're working with. So this is the size for this is standard size for a resume or a CV, depending on where you are or wherever you'll be submitting. Like Africa said, they're almost the same thing and all of that. So this is what we'll be working with. So prior to this class, I just like went to Gemini to just write out some comments. So yeah, so we'll just be working with this TV, we'll be working with this information to be able to design the stuff. So before you start your designing or design phase, you have written down every single thing you'll be working with so that you don't have to be typing everything while designing. So I've already used AI to just write everything down. So we'll be doing a TV for a petroleum engineering graduate. Yeah. So let's go back to the design. Okay. So let me just walk you guys through the necessary interface that will be making use of. So this is for your text layer. If you want to make use of text to put on your workspace, yeah, you can get elements for your design. That is shape, necessary lines, and all of that. So that's where you can get those things from this part. Maybe you want to add your contact info, you need the like that contact icon. You want to add your Gmail, you need that Gmail icon. So this particular part, this element, this place is where you can get them from. So why text is just here. I believe that's basically what you'll be using. Yeah, that's what you'll be using. And maybe you want to upload any stuff, you want to upload anything to this particular workspace. Maybe you have the what is it called, the written document of your CV. You have it as a PDF format. You can upload it here so that you can use it directly without. You can see me, I'm going back and forth checking it from Gemini. I can just put it and everything is there. Don't stress yourself. So we just work with that. So we are working with this. So if you want to add a text layer, you click on add heading. That's what you see I've done. So I'll go back again. You go to text, click on add heading. So yeah. So I said we'll start with the ATS standard. ATS standard. Let's start with that. So let me just. So let's just assume that the name of the person is Odumodalian. ODUMU. So let's assume this is the name of the person that we're working with. So if you want to use any font of your choice, you come to this place. Let me go back again. You've added a text layer, you've written down your name or something. So if you want to change this text, you come to this place. So in this place, you have a lot of text in this place. So you can just select a particular text you will work with. I'll be working with this one for now, yes. So for the name. So let's just have it here. So this is the ATS standard. So you can reduce the size. Have it here like this. So also on the design she sent that there was some write-ups underneath. So I'll just possibly add some stuff as well. So you can just duplicate this layer for text. So you can just add some stuff underneath as a subtext. Let's just edit it. Let's just say we're applying for petroleum engineering, right? So let's just write petroleum engineer. Hold on. Petroleum. So since it's a subtext, you can just remove the bold part. So we can change this one. So for this design, I'll make use of just 2 fonts. Basically, that's like a standard. It's not as if it's a standard though, but the maximum number of fonts you can use in a design or things like this is just to stop using Montserrat as my support font. So since this is a subtext, you can just put it underneath like this. So you align it well. If I believe you are following me, so it doesn't cut it on just following. Please, are we still here?
Yeah, with you. We are following.
Thank you. So in case you have questions, you can just ask as I'm working so that we can just Okay. So if in case you want to add any other thing, you can add like by the side. Let's say you want to add let's just say um petroleum engineering. Let's say you're going to you're reaching down to reservoir engineering. Let's just assume you can just add something. So let's just put a space and add hold on comment. You can just like select the line. So this is to add a line. Scroll it up. So for the thickness of the line, if you want to make it bigger, smaller, and all of that, you can just come to the style. Yeah, so let's reduce it to one. Yeah. So sorry. So if you want to add any other thing, come in. So let's say reservoir engineer. Put the capital T. Okay. So let's just reduce it a bit so that you're able to fit next time. So need to make sure it's well aligned and arranged. That's the good one again. So yeah, we'll have to like this. So let's just say you can now have the other the subsections, the professional summary and everything. So let's just like move downwards and create like another section under it. Just trying to create that ATS standard CV that is shared with us that can please go up with that. So just make it properly. Go to the so that's the line. So yeah, you can now have the professional summary, right? So let me just do this. So now I'm also dedicate it for the next. So yeah, we can just add the necessary content for this part. So let me go to Gemini and copy the professional summary. Okay, let's just copy this. Yeah, I believe with all what Artificial thought, you should be able to know how to write all of this by now. So I'll just copy this one so that you can just use it for this class. Yeah. So, let's edit it. So as you can see in our design, everything is left aligned. That is, if you check it, all the designs are like this to the left side, like this to the left side. So we have to align this as well. So to do that, you just align it like this. So basically that if you want to do it, if you are working with center alignment, that is maybe all of this was on the center like this. So to align it, you just align. So that is for the center. Why? For the right hand side, like that. So that's what. Okay. So yeah. So the next part, you can check. We have key achievements. So just just separate the layers or the section. Sorry, you can just bring this one down. So ensure it is well arranged. That's all. So you duplicate this place. And by the way, you can also access Canva on phone. It's not just on system. So and that is why we even suggested we use Canva because it's accessible even with phone. Understand? So you can also do this with your phone. The same way we are doing it. So that is how it works there as well. So let me see the next section in this place because we're working with this. So let me just come in. Let me give you only three achievements. Let's just pick the education part. So we have education next. So let's just copy all of this. So let's assume we're adding our education next. So that is arranged. If you check now, the distance between here and here, here and here, here and here, sorry, is the same thing with that. This place and this place. Yeah, so the point is just to make your work very neat and arranged. Yeah. So let's just duplicate this since this is the text size we'll be working with for the subsections. Insert the further line. Sorry. The line. Let's just edit this space. Okay. So now let's just arrange this education section well, so that it makes sense. But let's start with the we have to start with the first one. We have Bachelor of Science. Hold on. Let me just copy this one. Let me start with that one. We have BSc, let's start with info. Bachelor of Science. Sorry. By the way, if you mistakenly delete something and you want to undo it, you can just let me zoom down. That will see. So this button here is just for undo. So you can see why I deleted came back. So I mistakenly deleted this, so you can just do that. to add a bold effect on the text is just, yeah, that's just to add it. So, Bachelor of Science, let's just, we have Petroleum Engineering, so we can just put Petroleum Engineering under it. Because just better if we start with the name of the school. Or anyone who want to start with some. Depends on you. Just do it more sense. So we can add the production here and so we have the date, the month, let's just have done the month and the year. So let's say June 2019. And you can show that. Yeah, so you can add other sections, like other parts or the other education under this part. Maybe masters of anything you did, PhD, anyone you have, just add it here just the way we have done that. So that's for this section. Let's just assume we are done with that part because of time. So to enter another section, you can just duplicate this and just put just like that. So let's just say the next one is just come to this place. So let's next see. So technical skill and software proficiency. Let's just assume that's our next section. Technical skill and software proficiency. Let me let's just put technical skill here. So yeah, so that's aligned. So you can maybe copy this part also since that is the text they are working. So let's just edit that part. So maybe let's just copy this one. Yeah, so we're good with this. That's for the technical skill section and yeah. So let's just assume you want to add other parts, other layers. You also duplicate this as well. So this is for the ATS standard. So, so let's just say let me just click on that section that we can add something. Yeah, let's have this. So let's just So since that content is what we don't have like enough space, hold on, let me delete this part. So we don't have enough space for that, so we can create a new page. Just come down here and add page. Yeah, if you are using phone to make the design, you can just slide to the right, so it creates another page. Like you slide to the right on your phone, so it creates another page automatically. So let's bring this down. Also, another page. So, not- so it's an engineering project in itself. So let's align it from this is the side. Okay, yeah. Now let's just duplicate this same layer and just bring it down. So we need to align it to same. Let's move it. So from here down here, you can see that it's the same length. So I want this one to from the yeah, you see that this part like is the edging for this body of text. So you can just make this one bold just to add more um just to add more effect to this part. So let's just make this low one big. You can see for the yeah, maybe you have more, you can just add more and you continue. So you can just duplicate this one as well and bring it down for the next. You can see that it's not hard, it's something very simple. So this ATS style is not hard at all. It's very simple. But if you are designing the second one, there's that one because that one is more creative and use a lot of elements in that one compared to this one that is very simple. This one you can even use your normal WPS to design it, to run it, yeah, and make it of that. So let's just add one last part and go to the second part. Let's just add this one. Mm. So we can bring that down as well. The method of algorithm certificate name is what's the reservoir simulation. Hmm. Okay. So maybe all these studies you can just make them go. You can do that, like I said before, copy and realize it, sorry, and just apply the body first. So just assume that these are the body that's allocated to patients. Yeah, so the rest is just repeating. So once you already know what you want to like fix in to the design, once you have listed it out somewhere, so it's just to start designing. That's all. It's not hard as you can see. So this is for the 8 years. So this one is not 16 size this. So this is 16.5. So let us make 16.5. Since I can understand. Yeah, that's okay. So I believe with this one we understand this particular style. So is there any question if I move to the other one? Does anybody have a question on this one? Or can I go on? So do we all understand this particular style?
Okay, so is there any question? Is there any question so far on the design? Any question on design so far? I'm sure we are following. Okay, let me see.
Yes, we are following.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
okay, no question.
Thank you. So I would go to the other style of design. So I'll just show you the ones I just recently worked on for some persons using myself. So I'll just show us so you can just maybe recreate one of them and I can see since all the necessary features are there. So let's just yeah. So let me start from top. So this I made this one for myself when I was applying for internship. But I saw a application link, an application link, so I wanted to apply for. Yeah, so I made this one for myself because they requested for a resume. Yes, and yeah, so I made this one for myself. Like the speaker said initially that when you're using ATS system or when there's an application link or something or to apply for a particular job, there are certain keywords you would see in the follow-up messages or possibly the design they pass across uh, certain follow-up messages. So it makes sense if you align those follow-up. So for example now the application I did it's a personal skill and relationship like was they made mention of this. They even highlighted it in that particular memo that passed across. So what I did was I highlighted it here as well. Understand? So that is just keywords. And also I was applying for internship. So what most recruiters want to see is the ability to learn, the ability to be mentored and everything. So if you see most of the things I like to do are just like depicting my willingness to want to learn, that I'm humble and everything. So you can see that I liked all of them in this part. And you can see that unlike the first one that we did, where you can see different sections. Yeah, you have your contact at this side, you have your other details at this particular side. You can see it. So yeah. So let's just move to another one again. So this one, the owner of this particular series said he wanted the series just to be in a page because it seems the company requested for just a page of the resume. Like he wanted the company wanted just a page, so they had to put most of the important information in this particular place. So they had to highlight everything because based on what she said that everything is important. So when she sent the written this particular design, just like the one you saw above. So the education experience and everything are one side, while the other info on that side. So just like the ATS standard CV, this one also can actually work for an ATS system. Just that this one, I would say, is not as simple as the other one.
Okay. Sorry, Daniel. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I can
Okay,
hear
please,
you.
I don't know if you can increase your pitch. Some people are struggling to hear you, please.
Okay. Sorry for that. I apologize for that. So I said
Okay.
that. Can you hear me clearly now?
Very well, better.
Okay. Thank you. So I said that unlike the other one we did, the first CV we just designed, this one can also work for the ATS system, just that it's not as simple as that one. It's not as simple as that one. So because you can see we have
We have this one under the professional summary now. But here you are seeing different sections here. You are seeing here this place and this place, this place. If it were to be that first one,
understand. So this is just the second type of the CV. Can I say this one actually works as well? You can actually use this as well. And I want to state something. You might be asking yourself, why are they not using any other color aside black and white, black and white, black and white? Because when you are going for a professional setting like this, they always want you to keep it very simple. And when you are designing for maybe you are a photographer, or maybe for your skill, you have a particular skill set, a graphic designer like myself. I cannot just do something so simple like this, because what my clients would want to see is something very, very creative. You understand? But this is a professional setting. You have to make it as simple as possible so that the person reading it can easily read it and understand and flow with your CV. Yeah, so that's why this one is like this. And yeah, so let's just make something like this. So let's just add a page. Yeah. So I'll be recreating this one. Yes, because it almost look like the one we did for the ATS standard. So I'll be recreating this one. So the first part we had was the name section. So this one is a two-page ATS, two-page CV. So let's add our text for. So to add text again, so you add text. So it might appear. So let's just say the name of the person, as you can see here, is Victor. So everything is in capital letters. So Victor. Sorry. I have the last name. So let me use the same font I used before. Let's just check out this font. Come in. I'll go with the same font I used before, because that one can easily be read and everything. So yeah, this is it. Yes. So you can see that the space between these two parts is too, like the first name and the down name is too much. So I want to reduce that spacing. Understand? So to do that, you just come to this part. You see letter spaces and line spacing. This line spacing is just to reduce the space between. Hold on. The space between this place and this place. Why for the letter space is just reduce the space between the text themselves. So let's just reduce the height, more of the height. Yeah, so it's better this way. So yeah, we have it, okay, aligned to the right, to the left, sorry. So same way I said that time. So this is alignment to the left. So we also have something that's the right answer. So let me reduce this one like this. So yeah. So here we have the contact info. Yeah, so we made use of the icons here. So I'm going to show us how we can add these icons as well. So we have the color icon. So let's go. The first place you go to is element. So you just search for whatever you want to use, whether it is email icon, it is call icon, and many things. So the reason why Canva is very good is because you have everything you need here. If you would use other platforms like VPS, Google Docs, and all of them, you might need to upload all of these like icons. You might need in some cases. You understand? But Canva, you have everything you need just in a place. Understand? So let's just type out call icon. So I guess this one would work. Yes, this first one would work. So tap here there. So let's just bring it down here. So reduce the size, of course, not that much, but okay, this is okay. So which other icon do we need? Let's add an email icon. So you can just type Gmail icon, Google Mail icon. So you see a lot of, if you're not satisfied with the first set you saw, you can just scroll down. Certainly you see one that you like. So I'll begin with this. No, this is better. I'll begin with this. Yes, so reduce the size. We'll still arrange it when we are done. So let's just look for one more icon. Let's say location icon now. So just add where, so location icon. So just look for one. So I'll begin with this one. So that's all we'll be needing for this. So let's just arrange it well. So if you want to check that these icons are of the same size, you just, when you do it like this, you can see that this edge is aligning with this one. It shows that they're the same size. You can also do the left-hand side as well. You can see they're aligned. So that shows that they're the same size. So let's just bring this one as well and make it the same size. So same thing, of the same size. So let's take it up. So now the distance between all of them is 0.2. This is another good thing in Canva. You can, like, the measurements are automatically there. So once you can see, if I put it back now, just the way it showed 0.2, you can see it's already telling you that distance between here and here and here is very equal. So to make your work very, very neat and aligned, understand? So I want to group everything. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, coming. So let me just reduce the text. Sorry, the size, I mean. Yeah, same size. Same size. Same size. So let's just move it up. I want the distance to be 0.2, 0.3. Yeah, 0.2. So now we can just add the necessary details. So let's change the font of this one to another body of text, so let's just use Montserrat for this one as well. So if you also want to search, you can search for the fonts. Maybe they tell you to, like, maybe you went for an interview and they tell you that, okay, your CV, you must use a particular type of font, that kind of thing, because there are times when they will specify. So, and most times I hear some person specify Times New Roman. So you can also type it, is there. Times, I believe it should be Times New Roman. Yeah, this is it. So, but I won't be using that. So I'll be using Montserrat. Yeah. So Montserrat. So you can just type it and it will bring out, yeah, that's it. So it's already Montserrat. So let's just put the contact. So let's have 23490677543. So let's just assume this is the phone number. So let's just duplicate it and maybe add random Gmail. Six. Put your at gmail.com. Let me just put time gmail.com. So we'll still arrange all of that soon coming. So for your location, let's just assume Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos. Nigeria. So let's still bring this one to the side. Right, it's better here like this. That's aligned. Yeah, it's aligned also. B. Yeah, that's aligned. So we have from here we'll see on that section. I'm trying to go back up again. I'm coming. So yeah, we have this section of shape and the text. So to just add that shape, it's very simple. Just the way we went to element, go back to element. You can easily put out shape or type shape there. So it should bring out the shapes you want. So yeah. Or you don't even need to type itself. Once you open elements, you automatically see shapes here. So you can just put it as well. So let's just, yeah, so we have that. So you resize it. So let's bring it down. So let's just change the color. To change the color, let me go back again. Once you have inserted the shape or anything you want to put there, to change the color, you just click on that particular element and go to your part of for color. So you click on it and you have variety of colors here. So yeah, for me, I'll begin with this light gray. Understand? So if in case in your own this thing you do not see that light gray there, or maybe there's a color you are looking at using, but I don't think you should use any other color aside black, white, gray, since it's white in a beast. It's black and white mixed together. So using red and all of that is really making your work too serious. So it's not creative art, it's just something simple, you understand? So if in case you do not have that gray color, you can just come to your color pick and just this part is gray. So you just move it to that particular one that you are satisfied with. So yeah, I'm satisfied with this. So you can see that we have achieved that. It's not even so obvious. Understand? So we'll be working with this for this part. So our main sections will be this particular font, while the body of text will be the Montserrat we made use of before. So I guess the first thing is professional summary. So let's just write out professional summary. Professional summary. Professional. which is in the center. Yeah, that's in the center. So to have the body of text, so I'll just copy the body of text. Okay, let's copy the body of text from here. So let me just duplicate this one and bring it down. So I didn't mean I was using a phone, so I've been very easy to just page, because in phones it's not arranged like this. It's arranged side by side, but in system you might most likely see it this way, up and down. Understand? So I see me moving from page to page. So I said the font I'll be using here is sans serif, not this. So let me just change this to sans serif. Yeah. So why the color? To change, if you want to change the color of a text as well. So what you need to do, click on that particular element. For text, you see text color here. So yeah. So that's to change the color and everything. So click on it like that. So let's make it. I want this one to be like this. So I want this to be all capital letters. So if eventually you type out in small letters like this and you want to change all your text to capital letter, this stuff here is just to do that. So you can see it's changing from capital to small. So yeah. So that's my professional summary. So let me just duplicate this layer as well. So to have the next, don't forget to ensure that it's well aligned. So this shape and this next shape should be on the same line. So yeah, it's on the same line now. So let's just bring it down a bit. So I'll just show you guys how I did all of these sections, where we have this one on the left hand side and this one on the right hand side. This is very, very, very simple. So we have work experience. So let me just see the work experience. Let me just put any random thing there. So we would have the same text. So let me just duplicate this, since it's the same font and size we'll be working with. So let me just edit it. Let me just put a random stuff for work experience. Let's say gas structure. Wait, hold on. Can duplicate this as well for the work experience part. So this one will carry our work experience. So work experience. So ensure it's also aligned, like I said. So this one has to be aligned with this one. This one will be aligned with this one. So the point of alignment is just to make your work very neat. Yeah. So this one. Yeah. So you can just make this part bold. Yes, you can make this part bold. Sorry. Okay. So maybe underneath we can just add the period duration for the work. So let's just say June 2023 to, let's say, till date. So just put your date there. I don't know if it's right to do it like this, but just put your date. Yeah, so if you want to, let's bring this one down. I want to I just want to break that text. Yeah. So you can see this one is already, I've placed it on the left-hand side. So to just place my right-hand side text, just do the same thing. So let's just assume all of these things here now is my work experience at this place. So let's just assume. So we can just have that here. So reduce the size. So yeah. So let me just reduce some text here so that I'll have more space down. Yeah, so we are good like this. I'm coming. Yeah, so that's for. So if you want to add multiple work experience, just the same way you have done this one. So you can just duplicate this. So make sure it's aligned. You put that same work experience, the second one, duplicate this as well. Put the duration. So same thing, you put your role in that particular organization there. So ensure it's aligned. Trying to make sure it's aligned. Yeah, it's aligned that way. So that's for work experience. So for any other slide you want to add as well, so you just do the same thing. So I just do the same thing for everything you see here. So while for, let me just do this skill part as well. So that will just why I did there. So for the skill now, so same square shape, you duplicate it. So size for the skill, duplicate. So skill. So we have technical skill and what other skill do we have? And soft skill, yes. So let's just write it out, technical and soft skill. So technical. So you can just resize it so that it fits that particular place. So let's just delete this one so that. Let me change this font to Montserrat since we said for the body of text like this, we're going to be using Montserrat. So you can have this. So you can duplicate this as well for the soft skill part. Still soft. Yeah, so the next thing is just to add your skill sets there, wherever you want to work with. So let's just add our skill sets there. So we need to align it as well. So yeah, it's okay this way. So let's just put some random stuff there. So let's just assume this is your technical skill listed out. You have to use bullet points to list them out. So you can do that as well. And also just to state, use bullet points mostly when you are listing out things in your CV. It works well like this. And to do that, you can see what I just did to add a bullet point. To change your format, actually, If it's bullet points you want, you just click on it. If it's numbering system you want, you just click on it. But like I said, advice that we make use of bullet points. It makes your work neat and finer and better. So you just list out your skill set, Sean. This place. Sorry. So let's realign it. So assume this is your soft skill. So sure it's aligned as well. Yeah, so that's how to design this kind of CV. The remaining work is there's nothing there again, just to keep on duplicating depending on the number of pages you want to do. So for every heading, you're going to put them in a box like this, which I've told you how to do already. While for the body of text, just put it on a plane. You can do it the other way around. Maybe for you want to put this in a box instead of this one. There's no big deal there. You just do it like you can see. So it works as well. So anyone you want to do. So let me just make it bigger. So it works as well. So you can see I've just changed the concept. So, and when it comes to CV, I'm rounding up now. When it comes to CV design, like you can get templates online and just recreate. There's no crime in that one. The main thing there, the main issue that'll be there is when you copy exactly what is inside another template. That is the body of text. You understand? For example, we cannot have the same work experience, we cannot have the same professional summary, all of that. So we can use the same design, but the content is what matters. So you don't have to sit down, unlike other kinds of designs, you don't have to sit down to think. You don't have that time. So just go online. We have different sites. We have Pinterest. I don't know if you guys know of Pinterest. Just search for Pinterest. You can download it on your phone as well. And when you enter Pinterest, you can type CV. You see a lot of professional CVs. Also on Canva here, like I said earlier, you see a lot of templates on Canva. See a lot of templates here that you can work with without even having to design from scratch. Understand? So, but the issue with all of these templates is that they are too tough. Let me just use that word. They are not as simple as possible. Now, see this one. Come here, let me open it as a new page. So you can see this one. A lot of elements here. A lot of elements in this page, like a lot of things, and everything is just clustered in a way. You understand? It is great. It's nice. It is good. For example, if you are writing a CV meant for educational purpose, maybe you're writing a CV for a master's degree and all of that, you can work with something like this. When you're writing a CV for educational settings, it's very different from the normal work settings and all of that. Yes, I believe we all know that. I don't know if the speaker spoke about it earlier. Yes, when you're writing for educational settings, maybe you are going for postgraduate studies and master's degree. So when they ask for CV, it's usually more lengthy. That's a lot of content, a lot of things. Really, that's your educational background. You need to go deep into it. Maybe you've made research and all of that. You need to go deep. So for CV, for educational purpose, usually a lot. You understand? So we have a lot of templates. Now, see this one now. The reason why I would not want to advise that you use this is because of the color. You can see this part. Some ATA system might not be able to read text that is on a colored background like this. Yes, I've heard of cases like that. I've seen cases like that. Sorry. So some ATA system might not be able to read. But if you are creating a CV for your skill set, maybe photography, graphic design, all of that, this can work. This is beautiful in a way. You understand? So we have quite a lot of CVs here, a lot of them, a lot of resume. Maybe if you want to use something like this now, you can just decide to do away with maybe this shape, or possibly even change it to what we worked with that time, this kind of color now. Then all of this text, you just change that color to be able to fit this background. It is a light background. You cannot be using a light text on a light background. So you can see now this is visible enough. You get me? So you change all of this text to that same color and you are good to go. This is another one again. So there are a lot of them that you can work with. A lot of them you can work with. So yeah. So in case you have any question, you can ask now. Maybe there's something you don't understand as regards the interface, the tool, and everything. Yeah. So you can just ask now. Well, the point of this training is just for us to be able to create something now, like to design something now. So if you carefully follow through what I've said so far, all the story I've been telling, you can be able to create your own CV. Yeah. So the strength of the CV is not even really in the design; it's in your content in itself. So when you have crafted your content and every single thing, then you can now come to the design phase. You can look for a template and all of that. If you want me to give templates, I can recommend templates as well to you. You can just chat me or chat Mr. Kalisus or Mr. Po. I believe they would have idea of all of these things because they also have idea of graphics and all of that. So you can also meet any of them. They will help out. So yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you, moderator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel Odumo. That was a wonderful presentation. I could notice your love for Montserrat. I think I will start using Montserrat.
Yeah, Montserrat works a lot. Yeah, it's good.
All right, thank you very much. I don't think we have any question. I can't see anyone currently. So we'll be moving over to the closing remark, and Ogechi Osemeka will help us do that while we take the photography and then we say a vote of thanks. So I don't know, Ogechi Osemeka, are you still on the call?
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for the. All right, thank you. Yeah, this was a very wonderful presentation and technical section rather. So I would just like to appreciate everyone who joined and everyone who stayed to the end. I'm sure we've all learned a whole lot. We've learned a lot of things from the first section. Although she's not currently on call, but we want to just give a special thanks to all our facilitators. Going down from the first presenter and the last presenter with Daniel. So we just want to say a very big thank you, and we hope in the long run we all make use of everything that this section has offered. And so thank you everyone for joining. Let me not waste everybody's time any further. So thank you everyone for joining, and please do have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll get you, Osemeka. Thank you very much. I could see you at work and you get time out of your busy schedule. That's nice.
Wisdom. Sorry, can you a second?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes,
Okay,
we can hear you.
Sorry for the. Yeah, thank you. So I just want to just give a kind of deep. So for joining today, I would love to help two persons to design their CV for free. So they can hit me up or maybe message Mr. Callisto. So you can send your documents to me. I can help you out with just two persons.
Oh,
Just two persons. So
that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So thank you very much. Thank you. So I believe at the end of this program, this workshop, we will be able to move over from, please, I beg, do CV for me, to becoming real professionals that can actually put ourselves out there and go ahead and help the world spotlight what we truly have and get that job. Am I right? All right. So we'll be moving over to the photography session. So please, I will encourage each and every one of us to put on our camera while Williams Okon help us take a snapshot.
All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you so much, Wisdom. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So Williams is no longer on call. He had to attend to something. So I'll be doing that in his stead. So if you are still on call at this time, you are the real MVPs. Callistus, I can see you. So if you are still okay, really MVPs, because I understand how, because we took it's been we started this journey since around 4 p.m. and if you're still here at this time, it means that you really know what you want and we are really passionate about learning whatever we said you're gonna learn. So and it's been a wonderful session so far from the guest speaker who gave us, like I said, she gave us 100%, 1,000 and more. So thank everyone and look forward to seeing us in our next program. So I'll be taking a few snapshots now. And also I would like to say thank you to Daniel. Daniel has done an amazing job with this, like taking us through everything. From now, I believe we should be producing design pros even from here. And from what the graphic design lead is telling me, there will be more is in store. So we are the graphic design team, they are telling me that they are not done with us, that their goal, the way I understand it, their goal is to make every member or everyone who will be a part of YPs of Worry to become graphic design experts. I don't know how they plan to achieve that, but I believe it's something they are planning to do. So thank you so much, everyone, and see you in our next program, which will be next month. Details will be communicated later. Bye, everyone. Well done, moderator. Well done, facilitator. And also thank you, Ogechi, for the wonderful closing remarks. Well done, everyone. All right, bye.